Eighth generation of Malibu, or how we call it in Uzbekistan, Malibu 1, is finally depreciated, and some of us can afford it. Because of our huge customs fee on imported vehicles, this used Malibu with 150,000 kilometers is about $14,000 or $15,000 on second-hand market. Design of Malibu is truly interesting. When it came out, many of journalists declared that it was most beautiful sedan in its segment. I think it's just nice. I have strange feeling that when designers were making this car, they tried to do everything that they knew and show off as much as possible. Somehow it looks nice and has actual proportions and have one concept of the car. For example, look at this huge front light. It looks like fat eye of wild animal, but it has carefully integrated rectangle that is just perfect there. Rectangles are everywhere. Look at this fog light, rectangle, even stopping light has this rectangular shape. All these secret rectangles give order to this messy design, so car looks firm. And of course, I must mention Malibu has very juicy booty. You can see just looking at the car, the chief designer loves thick girls. My man instincts really wanted to slap this trunk with big pleasure. Parking sensor is pushed inside. All because all relatives and friends of the owner confused the button with the trunk release button. Actually, the button is right over here. And I have no idea why many people are confused with this button. Trunk is huge. With this huge butt, it would be a shame if car had small trunk. Interior is perfect. Even ugly Camaro Speedo did not ruin it. Beautiful chrome line that goes all across the interior. It is so elegant and also it's illuminated. And I think it's one of the best GM cars that executed night illumination just perfectly. This long silver plastic gate reminds me of Santa Barbara. You know, when it's just starting, just look for yourself. Now you will never forget this image when you sit in the Malibu 8th generation. Textile seats are nice, and chunks of artificial leather makes you feel that you didn't buy the cheapest car, although you did. Billions of buttons have the same effect on not missing the LTZ version. Rubber from cup holders is easily removed and cleaned. It is very convenient for people who have butterfingers like I do. What shocks me the most in this car is that the quality of materials are way better than in new Malibu, even in the Premier version. In new Malibu Premier version, everything feels cheap. Yes, in the old Malibu you feel cramped, especially at the back, but even with the lack of space, I prefer interior of the old one rather than the new one. Of course, there are some drawbacks to this vehicle. If you buy manual AT version, then every time when you turn on the engine, you must push the clutch. And for simpleton like me, it's very annoying. Also, there were some complaints that the hood would open out of nowhere when you're doing like 160-170 kilometers. And GM solved that problem within few months from the release date. Engine here is 2.4 liters, 4-cylinder. It generates 160 brake horsepower. It is very reliable, but in Uzbekistan, any part for Malibu costs gajillion dollars. If you want to buy used Malibu, try to find one with low mileage or with the full service history, just in case. 0 to 100 kilometers you will reach in 10 seconds. If you are a Jedi of pedals and shifting, then 9.5 is also possible. Another engines that were available were 2-liter turbo that generated 250 brake horsepower, and very rare engine that was sold only in the Middle East, 3-liter V6 that generated 260 brake horsepower.
Malibu 8th generation is one of the best vehicles that I can think of in the second hand market. We have today the manual version. The manual version is nice. I would not say that it's bad. You know, dynamics are very weird. So you get all the power after like 4,000 RPM. You just floor it, and then out of nowhere the torque comes, and that's a quite nice surprise. Control of this vehicle, like handling, it's very weird. You know that the car is very fat, but it's agile. It's very agile, surprisingly. just front wheel drive. It's like a fat belly dancer. And when she dances, you don't understand how this amount of fat can be so sexy. Same here. It's just grips, you know, and it provokes you to drive fast and do stupid things. Weirdly, when I first looked at it, I was like, nah, this car is slow, fat, and just you know, likes to harass people without any reasons. But it's a different story. It's a big pity that we don't have SS version in Uzbekistan and V6 version in Uzbekistan, because on the front wheel drive V6 or SS versions, they would be just wonderful. 160 something brake horsepower here. I'd be honest, it's enough. I know I don't like saying that that amount of horsepower is enough, but when I drive it, it is. It's actually, you know, for everyday commute, it's nice. It's just very good. I mean, there's only two people here, and we're not heavy people, so there is no much weight. But I think, yeah, it's very good. What I like about the LT versions, that you don't feel, you know, disappointed in yourself when you buy LT version, not LTZ version. Because here in LT version, yeah, I know that you get not so many features that you will get in the full option car. Nevertheless, you feel fine. You know, I feel it's like it's okay. It's okay. I feel I get enough. I feel that same like luxury seating positions, buttons, excellent dashboard that has great illumination, and not many cars can do that. Not many cars can show you so much respect when you don't pay the full amount of price. So that's a nice thing. Very interesting thing is that on the 17-inch rims, the car is very soft, very soft. Even with these horrible roads that we drive right now, very good. You know, it just eats all the bumps, it eats all the imperfections of the road, and it's very smoothing. On 19 rims, like stock rims from the factory, car was very hard. You know, the suspension was hard. I didn't enjoy it much. Once I drove my friend's Malibu LT with 21-inch rims, and it was softer than 19-inch rims. I didn't understand how it's possible. He told me that he ordered factory-made GM shock absorbers from the United States. And somehow factory-made shock absorbers are much softer than what we got here in Uzbekistan. Very strange. I heard rumors about this, but I never actually saw it and experienced it. So if anybody, you know, has any knowledge about this, please let me know in the comments. How does it work? Like, how is it possible that USA have softer cars than we do? Big disadvantage of this car is the indicator sound. It's so loud. Just, you know, it's raping my ears, really. I'm sorry for such a graphic illustration of this indicators, but they are. It's just non-stop. And being American, you know, you open the door, it bonks at you, shouts at you, and that's the only thing that is annoying. Nevertheless, everything else is fine. Full acceleration right now. It's just after 4,000, this car pulls and pulls in every gear. I don't know how it's possible. From 167 brake horsepower, it feels like, you know, it has 250 or something like that. It's just amazing. I can feel the acceleration. I understand that we are going fast, but there is no physical evidence that we are like just going 100, 120, 140 kilometers. It's a great car for a highway, great car for long drives, and city car, why not? But the fuel consumption is a little bit, you know, a lot by today's standards, like 13, 14 liters per 100 kilometers. I think that's a lot in manual car with the 2.4 liter engine. Like, I want to buy this car just for everyday use, but the only thing that really hits my wallet is future maintenance. Like, change a clutch here is about $600. In Chevy LT that I have, it's about $30 or $40, something like that. Change liquid in the transmission, another $200, $250. That's just too much for my budget, you know. Some people say that you feel really cramped here, and you do feel a little bit cramped here if you're a bigger guy. I'm not so big, like 1 meter 78 centimeters, and for me it's perfect. If you like a little bit taller or big boned, let's say, then yeah, you will feel a little bit cramped here. So think about that too. Backspace, as I said before, is just nothing. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please write comments. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, tell me why. I'm very interested. Tell me your experience about the Malibu. I'm very interested. Also, please do some charity. Don't forget about it. You know, help anybody that is near you, any orphanage, with whatever you can. Because now it's a very difficult time for everybody in the world. And so thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye-bye.